can do this song. We're going to talk to this guy.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to perform it for him.
All right, okay.
At some point.
Right.
Do we have this guy? World-renowned film critic, baby! Germain Lussier!
Yeah!
Look at the handsomeness! Look at his life! Look at
Hello, everybody.
Gee, at this point, it's safe to say, because I follow you and stalk you on Twitter, and Germain has moved into a beautiful new house. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
And I am even looking at your office. Your office is better than my entire apartment in New Jersey. So another round of applause. It's pretty much the same size.
Gee, baby. Gee, baby.
Jermaine, we just watched the trailer.
You did.
I need to know, because you're a professional, check him out, at Germain Lussier on Twitter. You're still writing for IO9, yes?
Yes, sir.
He's still writing for IO9.com, wonderful website, great with entertainment and, all things Star Wars as well. And Germain, I look at Germain as the #1 Star Wars journalist in the galaxy.
Probably, yeah.
How about that? And a round of applause
Who
for
could
that.
top that?
All right, so what are we thinking here, Germain? I feel, the one thing, the instant poll that a lot of fans are talking about is, are they killing off C-3PO after killing off Luke Skywalker, Han Solo? Are they gonna kill off C-3PO, for crying out loud?
I mean, that's what the trailer makes you think, right? But at the same time, Dave, you're a Star Wars fan. Think about Episode 3. What happened at the end of that? They wiped 3PO's memory so he doesn't know where he comes from. So I think they just wipe his memory again, and he doesn't remember who Rey, Finn, everybody is.
Oh, good. See, this is why I
That's
go to
why
Germain.
that's why
I'm
he's
actually
the
applauding
critic.
that.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
I did not think about that. That's why he's the expert.
That's right.
Now, when that jungle forest planet, are we talking about, because if you technically look at the crawl, right, for Return of the Jedi, they talk about the moon of Endor. But for Star Wars fans, that's become shorthand as Endor.
Right.
However, it would be like us, we would call our moon the moon of Earth. In other words, that's not the planet itself. The rumor is that what we're seeing is Endor, the planet, not the moon of Endor where the Ewoks live. Any truth to that?
Yeah, I think there's some truth to that. The green, but I don't think it's the green planet. I think Endor has a forest moon, which is where Return of the Jedi was. And I think Endor is something different. I think Endor is a water planet or has like big oceans, because that's what that's the Death Star's in the ocean, right? It's not on the forest moon.
Hell yeah! Look, he's so smart.
Yeah, he's good.
He's so much smarter than all of us. It's upsetting.
Here's something that I like about the trailer that I didn't notice. I watched it a couple times. Now, if you watch it again, like in the first two movies, there were Star Destroyers, but they're the First Order Star Destroyers. In this one, almost all of them are Imperial Star Destroyers. I thought the Empire was gone. Where did these Star Destroyers come from? We'll find out.
Well, obviously we all realize that the Emperor is back.
Yes.
And I suppose that with the Emperor being alive, post Episode 6, in the immediate aftermath of Return of the Jedi, there had to be a way that he communicated perhaps with some of these, generals within the Empire. So he's got his own thing going. That's pretty interesting. Do you think that...
Well, that was actually, you're right. You're onto it right there, is that's actually part of the story of a couple of the books that came out.
Oh.
And the video games, the Battlefront 2, the video game, and the Aftermath book series. There's kind of like through lines of, the Emperor had this like plan B that would go into effect, and he was like sending a bunch of ships out into space to like look for something else. And we just don't know what that is. But it sounds like whatever that thing was that's sort of been alluded to in all these Star Wars books for the last like 4 years might be whatever they look for in Episode 9. Again, just speculation.
But good speculation.
I love the speculation. Gee, you are on it. Leia, I got emotional when I saw it. I saw her hugging Rey. How is Carrie Fisher going to factor into this?
I don't know narratively like what her role in the story is. I think, they had footage that they didn't use from The Force Awakens that they sort of repurposed and shot around so she could be in this movie, and The Last Jedi as well.
Gotcha.
So it's not going to be a large role, whatever it is. but but she will be in there, and she gets the final line in the trailer. I didn't know who it was until I listened to it once or twice, but he says Luke says the Force will be with you, and then when you look at Rey's face, and it says always, and that's Leia. So she's gonna have.
Look at Germain.
Very.
What else do you? Is there anything else? I mean, a lot has stood out to me. But before I talk, anything else that jumped at you?
Yeah, I mean, I really like to see the shot of Rey and Kylo. It seems like they're in the Emperor's throne room from the end of Return of the Jedi.
Yes, that was
super
great.
Cool. And also the moment sort of right after that where they knock down the statue of what looks like is Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta tell you, I paused and then played. That was very interesting to me. Do you think that's what it is? It's a Vader statue?
Well, we know Kylo Ren has the mask, right? He had it in the first movie. So maybe he just puts it on like a trophy case or something. Maybe he has that, and but the weirdest thing is
he collects Vader memorabilia. The way Jimmy collects baseball cards and tears is what you're saying.
There's another aside in another one of the books where he goes and tries to get like Vader's lightsaber.
Yeah, right.
So,
well, let me ask you this.
Collect that shit. The question is, like, what is this like white place they're in? It kind of looks like Bespin, or it kind of looks like Camino, where they made the cloners.
Whoa! Camino I did not think of from episode 2, Attack of the Clones. That's fantastic. Oh my God, I'm so happy you're talking to me right now. Hold on, Robert. I'm enjoying this too much. By the way, Robert, you and G could kind of be like cousins or brothers or something.
I saw that too.
If only you had, honestly, I don't mean to insult you, half the career that Germain Lussier has at io9.com. And you're here. Good for you. Is it a foregone conclusion that Rey and Kylo Ren going to join forces here?
Man, that's the question, right? Everybody's asking that. Like, what is this trilogy about ultimately, right? The first trilogy is about, Anakin's fall. The second one is about Anakin's redemption. What is this? Is it just about the rebirth of the Jedi through Rey? Is it about the fall of Kylo Ren, or is it the redemption of Kylo Ren? I mean, that's the big question. My personal thing is I don't think you redeem Kylo Ren. Dude killed his dad. Dude
he really did, yeah.
Uncle. He killed all these little kids. I think, maybe he gets a hint of redemption, but I think he goes down with the ship, as it were, and Rey triumphs.
I agree with you. Yeah. I think that maybe what he does is sacrifice himself. Like in the book, The Shining, not the movie, it's actually a weird happy ending where the Jack Torrance character blows himself up with the hotel.
Yeah.
But Kubrick changed all that, and Nicholson died that horrible death. But I could see a Kylo Ren scenario maybe where he decides to take himself out, but take the Emperor out. That type of.
But at the same time, that's what Darth Vader did. So we really want to see that again.
Yeah, you're right.
But then you go back. Force Awakens is basically just A New Hope. Empire Strikes Back is different from The Last Jedi, but in the same way, it moves the characters apart. And this movie has the fucking Death Star on it. They go to a forest planet together again. So it's Return of the Jedi. So maybe it will have the same.
Well, we'll talk about this in January, I'm sure. I hope after we see the movie. But ultimately, do you think that it's possible? Listen, I love Episode 7, and I actually like Episode 8. I know a lot of people hate it. I actually like it. There were a couple. I definitely quibbled, and I usually don't like quibbling, but I quibbled with a couple creative decisions with Episode 8. But there's enough Star Wars stuff there that I like. However, I love the fucking spin-off movies. I love both Solo and Rogue One, and I'm wondering, maybe Disney should have went with that direction overall. What do you think?
They're doing that on TV. I mean, they have
The
Mandalorian is different, I guess, but it's sort of a spin-off, right? And that's coming in like 3 weeks, which is crazy, So
Mandalorian, November 12th.
Yeah.
With the launch of Disney Plus.
And we'll have the entire season before the end of the year, too. They're releasing all 8 or 10 episodes before the end of the year, like once every week or two.
That's fantastic. Now, We have a special surprise planned for you.
Okay.
Jimmy just watched, and by the way, Jimmy's dad just died. This is actually true. He learned that Jimmy was his son, and he threw himself off the Empire State Building. So it's a sad, but despite the fact that Jimmy's in mourning, he made a song about the Star Wars trailer that just happened.
Yeah, but it's not. It's a very angry song.
You just do it however you want.
All right.
Did you go over this with Roy?
No, but Roy, give me a punk rock beat. All right.
No. Jermaine, you can judge this because you're the only one qualified
I'll
to.
be a critic on it.
Okay, you ready, Jimmy?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
J.J. Abrams is a sucker. He ruined the best movie franchise like no other. He let Ryan Johnson, he's really Ryan Dick, destroy the franchise. He makes me very sick. The reason it sucks is what I think's. Where the fuck is my JoJo Binks? The first movie was called Chapter 4 New Hope. Feel like I was mauled by a boar. I can't cope. J.J. Abrams can suck my dick. Please don't go anywhere near John Wick. Kathleen Kennedy has caused insanity. You killed all of Han Solo. Coach, you're a homo.
All right, that's no more. You're aware that Jermaine works at, like a family-friendly publication like io9.com, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The things that you said were not family-friendly in any way, shape, or form. And first of all, you're right. They repackaged episode 4 as episode 7. But you know what? I love the movie. I still watch episode 7 a lot. It's so much fun. I enjoy it. Yes, episode 8 had problems. But it also had a shitload of great Star Wars stuff. The Rey and Kylo Ren stuff at the end was amazing. The Battle of Krayt I thought worked. And the fact that you're this obsessed with Jar Jar Binks after all these years. I mean, Jermaine he should never talk to us again. And I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't blame him. Jermaine, you can judge that song. What do you think?
It was angry. Angry was a good word for it. I was surprised that you knew so much about all the people behind the Star Wars. I must watch a lot of angry YouTube videos. That's what I think.
That's all he does. He watches weird, angry YouTube videos, and then he puts his own weird punk songs to it.
Can I analyze myself a little bit here?
Very briefly, 5 to 7 seconds.
I'm kind of.
And that'll do it. Robert, you had a question?
Yeah, I had a question. I saw some speculation online with them returning to the clone planet.
That's what he said, Camino.
Yeah, that Rey.
Your goddamn Red Bull drinking, pot smoking.
No. With them being there, some of the speculation online was that Rey may actually be a clone of Anakin's, and that way they could get around the parents are still meaningless.
There's the Rey is a clone thing. That's a good question, Robert.
So I just wondered if you had any thoughts on that.
Very good question, Robert. Give yourself another at one point.
That was better than Roy, who never asked any questions.
I have a good one.
Roy is very sensitive the last week and a half, so he's probably going to fire off a very angry email or text at you after that comment.
Actually,
all caps locks with 10 exclamation points.
Actually, what's the name of your favorite Ewok? Mine is Chaka.
One craziness at a time. Robert actually brought up a decent question. The speculation about Rey being a clone, can we...
Yeah. I mean, anything is possible. I don't buy it. I really do buy what Rian Johnson told us in the last movie. Now, it won't be the whole story, but for the idea of, the Force to be something that can, go through the universe, and for the idea of the Jedi and of a Force user to become, a bigger thing, Rey can't be some, descendant of Obi-Wan or Anakin. She's got to be nobody, like they say. Will they change that? Maybe, but I don't think she's a clone. But I mean, who knows?
Who knows, right? But it is curious that the title is Rise of Skywalker. It's almost like the Last Jedi fits this movie more than The Rise of Skywalker. In fact, if you could just simply trade titles with episodes 8 and 9, it feels like it makes a little bit more sense. But I haven't seen episode 9 yet, so what do I know?
Right, yeah. I don't disagree with that. This title still baffles me. I had a whole thing on how I thought Skywalkers are the new Jedi, and everybody I talk to says you're a freaking idiot, and that's not true. So
See, you said that theory, and I liked it. That
theory.
henceforth there will be a group of Jedi, but they're not going to be called Jedi Knights. They're going to be called Skywalkers. That's a Germain Lussier
Skywalker
original.
Squires?
No, just Skywalkers.
Do you think Han Solo's still alive?
Jimmy, the fucking kid put his red lightsaber through his goddamn stomach, then he falls 800 feet down a goddamn mine shaft. No, he's not still alive, Jim. -2. Jimmy, I apologize for that.
Oh, and Wicket is the best Ewok.
The name of the Ewok,
I know.
that is his favorite Wicket.
Respect,
What
that
was
is-
yours? Chaka?
Chaka.
Jermaine, there's no such Ewok as Chaka.
Of course there is.
That's Land of the Lost.
He's like, why did I do this tonight? And yet I am begging you to come back on in 2020 to discuss episode 9. Please don't hold this appearance against us.
Never. I know it's the Eastside Dave show. You expect the madness. I'm here for it, you guys.
Oh, G baby.
He's the best. Is he the best or is he the
He's
best?
the best.
He's the best. He's the best. He's the best. He's the best.
All right.
He's the best.
Now listen. The name is Germain Lussier. Okay, you can call him G Baby if you're friendly with him. At Germain Lussier is his Twitter handle, but also go to io9.com and see all of his writings. You can even, I do this sometimes, G Baby. I just go to io9.com and I put in Germain Lussier in the search box. With all due respect to your colleagues, this way I can get to the good shit right up front.
I will tell you, that is a bad decision. My colleagues do some really good stuff.
I know, I'm not talking badly about it, but I love you so much.
David, you know
I love you so much. You are great. And Robert, you wanted to say something to Germain, your older brother, Germain Lussier. Is there something you had to say to him before we get out of here?
I just want to say thank you for your time.
Perfect.
We love you,
Why?
Jermaine.
We've officially gone crazy. What? I mean, it was always a crazy show.